Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kiss up to God. To God be the glory for all the wonderful works that He does. Thank you, God, for another do over. Thank you, God, for another day to get it right. Thank you, God, for life, health, and strength. And for those twins, grace and mercy. Thank God for another day in the land of the living. And Lord, thank you for our families and our friends, life, health, and strength. And if we have an opportunity to say, I'm sorry, Lord, allow us the opportunity because I'm sorry can restore a whole lot of things and it can recover things. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining me this morning. Hopefully, you've already attended church or you're attending church. This is something you can watch later. So it's not like I'm, not going to be here. So you can watch me later. I was so blessed to be on this morning. And this morning, after my lazy day yesterday, I hope you watched that video because it could be more issues than just feeling lazy. Um, but this one, feeling invisible and overlooked, turning pain into power. Have you ever felt that way? Um, all of you are standing up there and you're overlooked for the next person, or no matter what you say, it seems like nobody's listening. You feel like that you're invisible. You feel like that you're not worthy, that you don't have a worth. And that's the way people make us feel sometimes. That's the way, well, that's the devil's ploy right there, just to make you feel like that you are not worth anything. And that's a lie. That's a lie because when we were formed in our mother's womb, we were already worth it and we were already worthy, not because of who we are, but because of who we serve and because of whom we serve. So this morning, I'm coming on just to talk about it a little bit, feeling invisible, because I was writing this stuff down as I listen here and there. I always like, I can listen to three things and pull what I need to pull out to make a topic to come on with. And this is um, showing how we've gone through the fire, how we've walked through the fire. And, we have scars. I did a video on that. We have scars, but we are still standing. No matter what we've gone through, we're still standing. We feel overlooked, underloved, and underappreciated and underestimated. And I guess that's just a feeling sometimes because when you don't get it or when you don't think things should be the way they are, or when you don't see anything happening, you feel like, you know what, okay, nobody's getting it yet. But keep going, keep going. What about crying in silence? When you're crying when nobody sees it, you have this persona about you. You're always smiling and happy go lucky. But once those doors are closed and once you're alone, tears are flowing because you are dealing with some stuff and you don't have to let the world know, but a lot of times we do cry in silence when nobody else can hear us. And then when you feel your worth is being questioned, when you feel rejected, no matter what, you're getting rejected by people. See, but that's one thing nobody might not see, but God sees you. And that's what keeps us going sometimes. And scars are not the end of us. It just means you survived. Your purpose is going to be fulfilled. And they speak about that in Psalms 139, verse 14. Your value comes from who you are, not people's approval. And a lot of times we think that we have to deal with people's approval to know our value. And you have to stop that because people are not approving. They'll put you down anyway. You have purpose in the pain that you're dealing with. You might not think so, but you do. And you have power in being overlooked. And I think I did something like that too. I'm glad I was overlooked with certain things. Overlook me, no big deal, because when people overlook you, maybe they're not letting you be in their circle. Sometimes that's a good thing. We think we have to always be seen. And a lot of times we really don't. We really don't have to be seen. But we allow rejection and criticism to create how we feel. When someone rejects us or criticizes us, we go down into this slump. And that's what they want to do. They want to make you feel bad about yourself. Don't let them, because once you know your worth, you're going to stop shrinking. You're going to stop doubting. You're going to stop settling for less. And you're going to stop sabotaging your life and the things that you're supposed to have. Once you understand your value and knowing that you were born with worth, All of that stuff is gonna start being, you're not gonna even pay attention to a lot of that stuff. Start walking in your newness, in your worth, in your purpose. Don't believe the lies. Believe God, because we're all worthy. We're not here by accident. We're here and born with a purpose. It's up to us to work our purpose. Worth, um, worth is great, but sometimes you have to embrace it. And embracing worth means sometimes you're gonna have to be required to do things that you don't want to do. Sometimes you're required to create space between you and toxic relationships. I found myself creating that space, having to get away from toxic people, unhealthy patterns. We stay in the same, what I say, rut. We have to break away from it, and it's required environment that stunt our growth. If you're hanging in areas that you're not going to be able to be uplifted, because it's okay to go out in areas, because that's what Jesus did. He went to the tax collector. He went in dark places that needed the light. But if you find yourself in places and it's dimming your light, it's stunning your growth, you're going to have to probably create some separation in that. We are responsible for protecting our peace. And I talk about that all the time. Protect your peace at all costs. Don't allow someone to break you to the point where you are always stressed out, because that's their purpose. Stop letting disappointments, failures, and heartaches rob you of your joy. And that's what we do, because we don't know how to let go and leave that mess alone. Because once you let all that go, I'm telling you, the right people will come into your life. Once you get rid of all that stuff that's not that heavy burden, that heavy load that's weighing you down for who you are and your purpose and your uprightness, the right people will draw to you. They can't see you because you're in the dark. They can't see in the dark. Come out the dark. Come into the marvelous light. We're so broken emotionally, physically, we're broken spiritually, and we're down in the dumps. We don't know how to get out, and we don't know how to do that. We're still in that victim mindset instead of facing the problems, because buried pain will not disappear. It will only grow. The more you have that pain down there, it's easily triggered because it's still there. It's still in you. You're going to have to face it eventually. You're going to have to bring it up, and you're going to have to go and face whatever has broken you, whatever has hurt you, whatever has gotten you down in the dumps. You need to face it, because as long as it's buried, you're going to always feel invisible. As long as it's buried, you're going to always feel overlooked. As long as it's buried, you're going to always have that burden on you. You're going to have to bring it up. And it's the hardest thing. When I had to face some of the things that I was dealing with, you cry all over again because it hurts all over again. It don't stop hurting. And we don't bring it up because we don't want to feel the pain again. We don't want to hurt again. But when it comes up, you're going to hurt. So you just want to bring it up now and deal with it. Face it. Face it head on. Because God got you. He's going to help you face it. But you have to go to him and ask for the help. He don't mess with our will. He's not going to go up there and do it for you. You have to ask him. Ask him to help you deal with what you're dealing with. Ask him to uncover the hurt. Ask him to bring the hurt up, and ask him to help you deal with it. Because until you do, it's going to stay there, and the only thing it's going to do is fester and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're not going to be able to go on with your life and enjoy a more abundant life, because that hurt is going to keep holding you back and holding you down, and it's going to keep you grounded. And you're not going to be able to have like a different relationship. You're not going to be able to have a different walk. How can you walk when that force is holding you back? How can you move on when you're too heavy to even walk in your purpose? Walk in who God made you. Walk in your worth and your worthiness. Ask God to get that pain up so you can be visible again. so you could be looked upon again. Stop being invisible and standing back on God and standing back in the crowd. That's why you overlook. You're standing, nobody can see you. You get that boldness. You put on that boldness. You put on that armor and you walk in who you are and who God made you and who God want you to be. Because you know what they say, the harvest is great. The labor is, the harvest is plentiful. The labor isn't. You know, it's a lot of work that God need us to do. And that's why we're visible, because we're standing back on him. Make yourself visible. He needs us. He needs us. He needs us to motivate, inspire, encourage each other. Because with what's coming up, it's going to be a whole lot of people coming back to church, and they need us ready for them. Don't let them come back to trying to find God again, and we're still in the darkness ourselves. Come out. Get that stuff off you. So when they come to us, when they're drawn to the light, when they're drawn to us, we're going to be ready for them because they are coming. I hope you know that. And if you're a child of God, and if you're walking in his word and you say that you are ready, are you? Stop being invisible. Stop being overlooked. Stop being unappreciated. Stop being underestimated. Walk in who God made you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you think anybody needs to hear this, please, hi. Please. They know I can't see. Please. How you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me. Leave the mess alone. That's what one of yeah, leave the mess alone and walk into your worthiness. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am your Southern Belle, and I am on the right road now. Come on, guys. Come on this journey, and let's get it right. Okay? Let's get ready for what's about to come. God bless you. Have a blessed day.